Welcome to the Deep Dive. You're tuned into the AI-deas channel.
That's right, part of the Good Business podcast series.
And we're hosted by the PHINMA-DLSU Center for Business and Society.
Where our whole mission is really about promoting business as a force for good.
Exactly. And something a bit different today.
Yeah, just so you know, this discussion is actually AI generated. We're using Notebook LM to help us analyze the source material we were given.
It's pretty neat technology. So the source for this deep dive is an article from the Managing for Society column in the Manila Times.
And the title is Nurturing a Culture of Sustainability in Organizations.
You know, in this world, everything feels so uncertain, doesn't it?
It really does. And sustainability, well, it's shifted, hasn't it? It's not just nice to have anymore.
Not at all. It feels like a genuine business imperative now for, survival almost.
Resilience, long-term thinking. But this article really dives into, okay, what does truly sustainable mean for a company?
Right. Because it's got to be more than just ticking compliance boxes or, the standard CSR stuff.
Yeah, those side projects. This is about something deeper.
It's about embedding it right into the actual culture, the DNA of the place.
Exactly. So that's our goal here today, to unpack what this article says. It draws on findings from a study.
A study looking at how organizations can actually build this culture. So it shows up in, daily decisions, behaviors.
The whole mindset, really.
And what I find interesting is that the insights come from Philippine companies.
Yeah, specific sectors too. Banking, power, food manufacturing. So it feels quite grounded.
Gives it a real-world feel, not just theory.
Definitely. And the article uses this framework, the CREATE framework, developed by Ateneo Cord.
CREATE. Okay, so that gives us a structure.
Yeah, it breaks down the key things needed to build the sustainability culture.
Okay, let's get into it then. Let's unpack CREATE. 6 parts to it, you said?
That's right, 6.
Where does the article say organizations need to kick things off?
Well, the C in CREATE stands for communicating desired values. That's a starting point.
Communication. Okay.
The study found it's crucial to actively promote awareness, talk about the sustainability effort.
Both inside the company and outside.
Both. And critically, the source stressed this needs to come from the top. Really strong top-down messaging.
Makes sense. Senior management setting the tone.
Yeah, showing it's important. If they're not talking about it, well,
it won't really filter down, will it?
Exactly. It loses momentum fast.
Did the study mention how companies were doing this communication beyond just the leaders speaking?
Things like internal newsletters, obviously, but also weaving it into public stuff like annual reports.
Okay.
And interestingly, using sustainability champions. People within departments.
Like ambassadors.
Sort of.
Yeah.
To translate the big company goals into something that makes sense for, individual teams, actionable stuff.
So peer level reinforcement too, not just top down.
Right. And apparently creating a specific brand or like an acronym for the sustainability work helped too.
Helps with recall. Made it feel more like a thing.
Yeah, something tangible people could connect with, especially if it tied into values the company already had.
Right, giving it an identity.
Yeah.
Okay, so communicate clearly, consistently, top-down, and peer-to-peer. What's next after C?
Next up is R. Role modeling by leaders. Talking about it is one thing.
But you need to see them doing it. Walking the talk.
Exactly. This study looked for tangible actions.
Like what?
Well, setting up specific board committees for sustainability that sends a powerful message.
Structure matters.
Definitely. And leaders being visibly involved, showing up at related events, things like that. But maybe most importantly, the study highlighted leaders making sure there are actual resources, funds allocated.
The budget, if there's no money behind it.
It's just nice words, isn't it?
Yeah.
So putting money and real structural support behind the message was key.
Okay, so communicate the values. Leaders model the behavior with real resources. What's the E in CREATE?
The first E is engaging employees. You can't build a culture top-down only.
Got to get everyone involved.
Right. The whole workforce needs to be a part of it.
So how did the companies in the study manage that engagement effectively?
Variety was important, offering different ways for people to get involved.
Not just mandatory training sessions.
No, more than that. Opportunities to actively participate in sustainability projects, maybe volunteer initiatives.
So moving from just being told to actually doing.
Exactly. From compliance to contribution. And the study noted HR was often driving programs to get different departments working together on sustainability goals.
Cross-functional stuff, breaking down those silos.
Yeah, making it feel like a shared effort, not just one department's job.
Collaboration feels key there. Okay, so employees are engaged. What about the bigger picture, the company's operations?
That leads us to A, aligning systems and structures. This is about embedding sustainability right into how the company actually works.
Weaving it into the fabric, you said earlier.
Pretty much. How does that happen? Well, you integrate it into the vision, mission, values, sure,
The foundational stuff.
but then you make it concrete. You embed it in the value chain, operational processes, the org chart itself.
Maybe even dedicated sustainability offices.
Yes, that was mentioned. Creating specific roles or departments.
And how do you make that relevant to the individual employee? Does it connect to their job?
This is where it gets practical. The study found companies were linking sustainability goals not just to the big company picture, but to individual objectives.
Team KPIs even.
Potentially, yes. Or even individual performance reviews.
Wow, okay. So it could actually impact your performance rating.
It signals it's part of your core role, not an extra. And on a bigger scale, companies align their efforts with external standards too.
Like the UN SDGs.
Exactly. And making sure they were compliant with government regulations, of course.
So aligning inside the company and outside with global standards. Systems aligned, people engaged. What's next? Twos.
T is for training, capability building.
Makes sense.
Yeah.
You need people to have the skills and knowledge.
Right. You can
Right.
align systems, get people engaged, but if they don't know how to act sustainably in their role,
It falls flat. What kind of training did they find?
a mix. Some basic awareness for everyone, but also more specialized training depending on the job function.
Tailored training.
Yeah, and integrating it right from the start, like in new hire onboarding.
Get them early.
Using technology too for broader reach, and sometimes bringing in external experts for, deeper dives.
So equipping everyone from day one and keeping that learning going.
That's the idea. Making sure when opportunities arise, people feel equipped to act.
Okay, that covers CREAT. What's the final E?
The last E is evaluating and reinforcing desired behaviors.
Closing the loop.
Exactly. You've set it all up. Now you need to see if it's working and encourage the right actions to continue.
How are companies doing the evaluating part?
Using metrics, tracking performance, not just overall business success, but against those specific sustainability goals.
The ones linked to units and maybe individuals?
Yes. And transparency played a big role in reinforcement. Publishing sustainability reports, for instance.
Shows achievements, keeps people accountable.
Mm-hmm. And then, how do you keep the momentum going with employees?
Rewards.
Recognition.
Exactly that. The article mentioned incentivizing employees, maybe for coming up with innovative sustainability ideas.
Encouraging proactivity.
Yeah, and generally recognizing and celebrating contributions. It sends a clear message that this behavior is valued. It matters.
So it really does come full circle then. Communicate, model, engage, align, train, and then evaluate and reward.
It really does paint a picture of a very holistic approach.
Yeah, it sounds comprehensive.
And the article really hammers this home. Building this deep sustainability culture isn't just a job for the leaders.
Even though their role is critical at the start. Absolutely critical. But real change needs everyone. Active participation, integration across the board.
So you can have the best policies on paper, but if they don't change how people actually behave day to day,
They're not really doing much, are they? It's just paper.
the culture hasn't shifted.
Right. So the CREATE framework, based on this source, is presented as that kind of roadmap to make sure company initiatives actually land and become real employee actions.
Okay, so just to recap, we've walked through the CREATE framework as a way to think about building a genuine culture of sustainability.
Looking at communicating values, leader role modeling, engaging employees.
Aligning systems and structures, training, and finally evaluating and reinforcing behaviors.
And it's clear from the article this isn't simple. It needs that comprehensive, multi-pronged approach to really work, to get those initiatives to translate into how people act.
So thinking about this, what does it mean for you, our listener? Maybe you're working in a company trying to do this or thinking about joining one, or maybe you're just watching the business world.
Understanding these different parts CREATE can give you a lens, right?
Yeah.
To see how deeply sustainability is really embedded.
Beyond just the mission statement on the website. Is it in the structure? Is it in the training? Are people recognized for it?
Exactly. It gives you clues to look for.
And thinking about that framework, communication, role modeling, engagement, alignment, training, evaluation. Which part do you think is the toughest?
That's a great question to ponder. For organizations trying to implement this effectively, Which piece of that create puzzle presents the biggest hurdle, do you think, and why?
Something to think about. This has been a deep dive into nurturing a culture of sustainability in organizations.
And let's close with that key thought from the source material. A holistic approach to promoting sustainability is needed to ensure that company-driven initiatives translate to employee behaviors.